Assalamu alaikum. Hello viewers. I am Mahfuz Elahi, the assistant teacher of Aminuddin Ahmed Dakhil Madrasa, Kurigram. Actually, I want to discuss about the communicative English grammar and communicative English system actually. We know that the four skills of English, which is really very important, and we clearly know that listening, speaking, reading and writing, these are four skills to learn a language. I think that we know the name only, but we don't know the category. So today I want to discuss about this. After completing our videos, I think that you will be able to know how to learn English and how to learn a language, and I think that you will be able to know the process of learning and what should we do. I think you can learn this and you will be able to know this type of things also. Okay, let's start our videos. Actually, the human being, the starting point of human being, suppose this is the baby. Actually this is the baby, we know, and we know this is the mother. Suppose this is the mother, and this mother give birth the baby to the world. Suppose this is the world and the baby and the mother, these are separated. These are the two person, two human being in the world, and we know that the baby has no knowledge in the world at the beginning point. When the baby is zero and the baby is the baby of 2 month or a month or 7 days baby, I think the baby has no knowledge here, and we clearly understand that the mother clearly understand him. The mother exactly knows that the baby has no knowledge, but the mother always speak with this baby. Why? If we think that why does the mother speak with this baby? And not only the mother, I think that the father speak with this baby, the brother of this baby always speak with this baby, and the sister always speak with this baby, and other persons always speak with this baby. Why? Because all the environment wants the baby to speak. This is the fact, I think. And come to the point, this is the listening point, and this is the beginning point. So I think that this is very important. This is very important thing and important skill, and this is the very first step, I think that, because without listening you cannot understand. Suppose when the baby is zero, or the baby is the baby of 7 days or 2 days or 2 days, the baby cannot understand any types of things, and he knows only crying, and this is natural. I think this is natural. And if you think that the listening helps the baby to understand, because when the baby brought up to a child, the baby brought up to a child, or brought up to a baby of 10 months, here we can clearly understand that the baby can understand, because listening and everybody, when everybody speaks with this baby, the baby can understand. This is the very important thing. After some days we can see that in our family, when a baby who is grows up to a baby of 10 months, then we can understand that the baby can understand. If we ask the baby what is your nose, he touches here, this is my nose. And what is your hand, he shows it that this is my hand. And what is your head, if we ask, or if anybody asks the baby what is your head, then the baby touches here, this is my head. So we can clearly understand that the listening point and the listening skills help the baby to understand the things. So I think that if you want to learn a language, or if you want to learn English, at first you should listen the language, and you should listen the things, otherwise you cannot understand this. So I think that there are many persons also in the world, but they don't want to watch the video, they don't want to watch the English movie, they don't want to watch the English VCD. So I think that this is very important. If you want to learn a language, then at first you should listen this, and listen to carefully, otherwise you cannot understand. We in our classes, we always says our student, we always advises our student that be careful, listen to your teacher, then otherwise you cannot understand. This is orally we can say, but I think that this is very, it's the speech is very significant. If you learn the language, that at first you should listen carefully, otherwise you cannot understand. So listening, it is the very careful and very, it is the very beginning point, and it is the very important point, I think you can understand. After some days or after some months, when the baby is the baby of 1.5 year or 2 years old, and then we can see that when the baby brought up to a child, or the baby brought up, baby passed the first step, then the baby can understand every types of things. Here the baby can understand every types of things, but at one point, when the beginning point, the baby couldn't understand any types of things. When the baby of 10 month, then the baby is listen and listen. This type of listening helps the baby to understand every types of things. Now at the point of 10 month, the baby cannot speak, the baby cannot express himself also, but we can clearly understand that the baby can understand every types of things, but he cannot express this. But after some days, after some months, when the baby is the baby of 1.5 year or the baby of 2 years old, then we can see that the baby can express himself gradually, and we can understand that the baby, at one point the baby has no knowledge, after some days the baby can understand, and now when the baby is the baby of 1.5 year, then we can clearly understand that the baby can express himself, and he can say that I am Mahmoud, I am Mahfuz Elahi, and I am such a type actually, and he can knows this is father, this is mother, chair, table, and every types of things the baby can understand, and he can express also. So I think that at first you should listen carefully, then I think listening will help you to understand. This is another step, I think. And after completing understanding the matter, if you can understand this, I think that you will be able to speak. So this is the second point, this is very important point, and you should also speak. And suppose there are many students also in our country, and there are many educated person also in our country, they don't want to speak, and they always thinks that if I say something that would be wrong, so it may be the matter of laugh, and it may be the very ridiculous matter. So you should not think this actually, because you should start. If you don't start, I think that you will be the zero, and if you start, and your beginning point will help you to be the successful person. So I think that you should start. You may made a mistake, you may make a mistake, and this may happen, because we know clearly that 2 hours is human, so it's not matter. And if you start, then I think that you will be you will be able to understand, and you can speak. This is the main fact. So I always request you to speak with your friends, with your father, mother, sister, brother, and you should make the environment. Nobody fights for you. I think that you have to fight for it, because you only the person who wants to speak. So if you want to speak in English, not only the English, but also if you want to speak another language, I think that you have to make the environment, and who can understand the speech, you should go there, and you should go the English club. And if there is no English club in your locality, then I think that you should make some friends who can understand the speech of English, and who can express themselves in English. Then you can express, and I think that the environment will be made for you. So I think you can understand this also. Okay, let's see that at the beginning point the baby has no knowledge, and after some days listening helps the baby to understand, and after some days the baby can speak. Okay, and when the baby brought up to a child of 3 years, suppose, the baby can express himself, and then the parents and the guardians of the baby thought that the baby should go to the institution. Suppose this is the school, I think, and when the baby brought up to a child of 3 or 4 or 5 years old, and at the stage of these stages, the parents took the baby to the institution. There the baby can understand how to write, how to read, and this is the another steps, I think. So I think that These are the communicative system. I think you can understand. At first we should listen carefully, and then if we listen to anybody carefully, then we can understand the thing and understand the speech and what he want to express. We will be able to understand then. And if you can understand every types of things, after some days you can speak. This is the another point. And when you want to read the thing, and if you want to read or collect the many types of information, I think that you can be able to, or you will be able to read, and after some days you can write. And so these are the very communicative system. You have to collect this and you have to follow this, otherwise you cannot express yourself. And you can express yourself as a Bengali or another version. If you cannot speak in English, suppose, you have to practice. I think that English is not subject, it's a language, and we know that a language is the matter of practice. So if you want to speak, I think that you should always practice with such a friend who can understand. And if you have nobody, if you don't collect, or if you have no persons in the world who is known to you as an English person, then you have to practice with yourself, with the Google, with Facebook friend or other friends. Then I think that you will be success in this point. Okay, thank you so much. I think this video will help you to understand such a types of speech. And in the next class I will express such a short story and interesting story. Then I think that it will help you to understand the speech of English language. Okay, thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.